Hey everyone, my name is Sarah Dooley. I'm a student at ECPI University, and for my senior practicum project, I chose to implement changes in the minor emergency area of CHKD's ER, also known as minor care. It used to be called fast track. The purpose for minor care in the emergency department is to facilitate and provide quality care to patients with non-urgent illnesses or injuries in an efficient, timely manner. The objective for this project was to design and plan a new throughput process for our current 7-bed minor care area to expedite the process, see more kids and their families to provide quality care, while also maintaining positive patient satisfaction and outcomes. Second, I implemented an in-service training and educated the staff on my plan for this area and educated them on how to collect data for the trial. This phase took about a week. I was able to seek expert guidance from my ED educator, Colleen Monahan. After collecting this data, I was able to assess and evaluate the process changes detailed in the data collection that occurred over a 2-week trial. Throughout this project, I was able to fulfill all of my learning objectives that included performing extensive research and finding 10 peer-reviewed articles that were related and supported my topic of study. Next, I communicated with my project mentor frequently, weekly, if not more than that, throughout the whole process to ensure that I was following policies and procedures for our company at CHKD. She also guided me how to hold an in-service, and she also connected me with essential personnel in the hospital so I could take this project further. I scheduled the 2-week in-service trainings. I did 2 of them, mostly to accommodate the staff that I worked with and ensure that they could attend so we could obtain the best data possible throughout this 2-week trial. During these training sessions, I educated them on the minor care throughput statistics that were current prior to the trial, the average wait times, patient satisfaction scores. Then I also encouraged them to provide me with feedback throughout the trial process so necessary changes could be made at that time. They were then introduced to the data collection sheet that I designed and provided them, and I also designed and provided them with a patient feedback survey that every family in minor care received and collected when they were discharged by the discharge nurse. This data collection process took about 2 weeks. All the members of the minor care staff were involved, including physicians, nurses, mid-levels such as PAs and NPs, and then also our transport team and nursing care partners that assist the staff. I was able to compute all this data into an Excel spreadsheet after the 2-week trial period, and I did that so I could evaluate the data further. Continuing this education is essential for workers to stay most current and relevant as new skills develop. Clinical practice is also important to improve the quality of the process of the care and improve patient outcomes. Also, it directly to direct and maintain safe and clinically competent nursing practice, we need to continue to educate ourselves and learning best practice. According to the many research articles that I read, and providing patient-centered care is on the forefront of all clinical practice and best practice guidelines. Incorporating this into my professional practice and being a leader in the workplace will provide more opportunities and career advancement for myself. Throughout this project, there have been core concepts that I've utilized in order to make changes in my nursing profession. These include, but aren't limited to, accountability, responsibility, lifelong learning, and the reflective process. The main difference between responsibility and accountability is responsibility can be shared, while accountability could not. So I felt solely responsible and accountable for the data collection. I was present during the majority of it, but some of the time I had to delegate these tasks and trust that my staff would collect appropriate and thorough data while I could not be present in the workplace. Lifelong learning was essential in this nursing practice, and due to new advancements being made, it's important to stay up to date on the most relevant studies to continue to be a role model and exhibit best practice. And I plan on bringing this trial even further in a few weeks. Finally, the reflective practice is important for professional development and learning from our own mistakes, ensuring these mistakes are not repeated. We did find a few hiccups in the throughput plan that I put together initially, made a few adjustments after listening to my staff, and the physicians and the clinical staff were all very pleased with the outcome. Overall, this was an exciting process to be a part of. There are many steps included in this project that were all accomplished by such a supportive staff and my mentor. Time management strategies and many to-do lists were completed just a little bit each day, so it was more manageable. I was able to develop a timeline to complete the data collection process ahead of schedule, so I had more time to analyze and evaluate the data that was collected over the 2-week trial. And I met with my mentor, like I said, weekly, if not more frequent, so she could provide me with the support and guidance when I had lots of questions. I now feel like an essential part of the team and a leader within my profession and my unit. At CHKD in the emergency room, this project has led me to apply for the new education role that the staff is developing to continue my involvement and make positive changes to our workplace. And finally, I'm also meeting with our quality improvement directors to discuss the changes that were initiated in this 2-week trial and plan on discussing further advancements that can be made in the minor care area and through the main ER to improve throughput times and patient satisfaction while we increase our company's revenue. So they're definitely excited about that. Overall, just a synopsis of our data collection pre-trial, that we saw an average of 1,600 patients daily, and this is the week prior to the trial started. The majority of those patients went home. Their patient satisfaction score, 706 of them rated us a 9 or 10. And our average length of stay prior to the trial was 98 minutes. The data collected post-trial or during the trial, we saw over 2,000 patients. 1,964 of them went home. The rest of them were admitted into the hospital. 994 of them rated us a 9 or 10. The average length of stay was decreased to 84 minutes. So overall, all those numbers get a little crazy until you put them into percentages. So our population increased by 18.5%. Our average length of stay decreased by 15.3%. And overall, our 9 and 10 star ratings increased by 33.8%. So overall, great outcomes. The quality directors are very pleased. My upper management and leadership team is also excited to be involved in this project and to bring it further in the future. Thank you so much for your time and encouragement in the Senior Practicum project. It was a great experience, and I look to completing this program and advancing in my nursing profession.